Well, good evening. Next, we're going to hear from the incumbent in Kootenai County Commissioner Seat 3, as well as the challenger for that seat later. And our first candidate that we're going to talk to is the incumbent commissioner, Leslie Duncan. Leslie, please take a minute to introduce yourself and let our audience know why you're running for this seat again.
All right. Leslie Duncan, and I've been in the office over 5 years. I really love the job. Being available for the people, protecting rights is very important to me. So I've been married 26 years, 2 adult kids, and we all serve. We're all serving the community. So I've made over 6,000 decisions, and when looking for re-election, you know what you have with me. And I just plan on doing the same thing for the next 4-year term that I've done already. Just representing the people, listening, and coming up with common sense solutions with our citizens here.
All right. Well, since you've been in office for a bit, name one thing that the commissioners could do that you'd like to do in their next term to improve the quality of life for Kootenai County.
Mostly listen. Just continue to listen to the public. Growth is a huge issue. And so I want to come up with solutions that the community can support and that they're happy with. Because it's not my ideas that win at the end of the day. It's the citizens in the community that need to come together and figure out what is it that will maintain our quality of life in the midst of this growth.
Yeah, we hear a lot about growth, and we'll probably hear a lot more about it in the next few years. You know, this is a primary election, and in a contested primary race, you have members of the same party running against each other for the same seat, and people may think, well, there might not be a lot of difference between those candidates. But what are some of the differences that set you apart from your opponent in this race?
Well, I've been doing the job for 5 years, so I've proven that I will stand in the gap for citizens' rights. I've proven that I can make good decisions based on the information, and I've proven that I will listen, and if new information comes forward, that I will change direction. So it's all about making decisions, the best decisions on the information you have. And if you get new information, I think it's very important to be able to address that. You know, I've been here over 25 years, and I just love this community. I didn't have the privilege of growing up here, but I know what it's like to be from somewhere else. And I fight to protect our values, to protect our way of life here. And I think that has a lot to do with community. I've been serving the community my whole life, whether it's been in my church or through Aquifer Protection District, just different UGM auxiliary and different avenues of life where I can meet people and talk to them and just serve. Really, I just really enjoy that. And that's what I like about my job so much. And I think there's more life left in me to continue in the same realm. And since becoming chairman, I really feel that, I've seen the civility come back at our public hearings. So they can tend to get very rowdy. We've seen that with multiple governmental agencies recently. And I just give the audience an out, let them know that I am listening to them, and I give them a way to connect with me during the hearing without having to cheer or yell or disrupt. So I think bringing civility back to local government is very important to me.
Well, you already touched on it once, and of course, a huge topic in the community right now is growth, and probably will be for a while. But what specific things would you like to do as commissioner going forward to manage growth?
Well, continuing to have the conversation with the citizens, because once again, I'm here to protect and to listen to the citizens for these different things that we may do to help with the growth, right? Infrastructure is a big deal, and I want to have that conversation with the community. All right, I use the example of motor vehicle licensing. If you are okay with waiting 90 days for your license plate, we don't need to make a whole lot of changes. But if you would like same-day service, then we're going to need to hire 6 full-time people. It's going to cause it, to raise taxes and that. So having that level of service conversation, having the different aspects, and it'd be nice to boil it down to, okay, what's our number one priority? Let's go after that priority. Then what's our number two priority? And kind of continue to have that conversation with the public to find out, are they having trouble in the court system? Are they having trouble on the roads? And obviously the county doesn't do the roads, but we can still help facilitate that conversation. And, subdivisions are a big deal. There's a lot of stuff that we really need to continue to look at, because we're looking at it now, but continue that conversation and look at what does that look like for the overall plan, especially when new people move in here and they don't understand the lack of service that they're used to from where they came from. So that's a conversation too. The county gets questions every winter. Why aren't you plowing my road? Well, number one, we don't plow. Number two, it's your road. So it's a private road. So you better go look for a plow. But, just continuing the conversation, and might sound cliche, but that's what I'm here to do, is to serve, because what might work, in one area is not going to work in another area. So having that conversation, which, I think my relationships with the different entities around helps that.
Right. Well, we really appreciate you coming down and taking the time to let the voters get to know you a little bit. In a minute, do you have any final thoughts you'd like to leave us with?
I love my job. I work really hard. I've, in the last 12 months, I think I've sent and received about 15,000 emails, which is over, even the other two commissioners combined don't reach that number. So I'm very responsive. I want to hear from constituents in the community. You know what you get with me. There's no surprises. There's no, I guess guesswork, right? You just see what you got. And I've proven myself that I will stand up. And, I came out against the shutdowns because this community wasn't experiencing some of the stuff that other places were. And I think that we should have been able to make different decisions than we did, and might have proven some better outcomes for some people. So mostly I want to serve the people, and I love it here, and it's where I want to be.
All right. Well, we really appreciate the time and like I said, getting the opportunity for the voters to get to know you. So thank you very much.
Thank you. Appreciate it.